Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Just a couple of things. I have given Cash Peters a shout out on Patreon, but just another quick shout out here in return for the shout out he gave me. But I would say his Australian accent does need a little bit of work. But anyway, if you haven't already seen Cash Peters, head over and have a look at him. He does, it's not political cartoons, it's actually predictive drawings, and he always intersperses a good dose of humour, and we all need that, don't we? So, all right, let's get on with the reading. I'm back, as you can see, from the outback. I had a wonderful trip with my sister. I stayed with my darling brother-in-law and caught up with my beautiful nephew and his son as well. What does that make? Great nephew. Anyway, and we had a beautiful holiday in the bush. It was just wonderful. So, but I'm back home now, and I'm back at work, and things are getting busy again. So before I go any further, I have been following the William Barr matters. I have to say I'm, like everyone, very gobsmacked about what is occurring. It's just in plain view. Now, when I opened up for this reading, I asked for some images that might assist, some help with the reading, and one of the images that I got was a welcome mat, at someone's front door. You can always push things under the mat, hide things under the mat, but this welcome mat has become so huge with this pile of stuff that's been hidden under it that you can't wipe your feet anymore and continue on into the house. This is really cleaning the muck out, and it's interesting, I think, with Barr. Well, ironical, really, that with William Barr's, I guess what we might call what appears to be interference in anything related to Trump running cover. Shall we just put it like that? What appears to be running cover. It's actually playing out in front of us, in front of our eyes. There's no more hiding things under the mat anymore. And I do feel, please don't be sucked in by Barr coming out and saying that the president shouldn't be tweeting and interfering. It's making it difficult for him to do his job. What he's saying is, stop calling attention to what I'm doing for you. It's making it harder for me to do that. All right, so let's have a look at Barr. I want to know why. I've done a lot of readings on William Barr. This isn't the first time. I want to know an updated look at why is Barr running this cover for Trump, and let's see what the cards are going to show, because he is actually what would appear, at the very least, even if doesn't face any consequences, he's really ruining his reputation for this president, who we know is on the way out. I want to look at what do lawyers across the board in the US and everywhere else think of what William Barr is doing. And then we'll ask if he will be impeached. If we've got time, we'll ask if Stone will get his new trial and will Flynn's case be reviewed and what will be the outcome of that. But I don't know that we'll get to that. Let's just take a look at why William Barr is running cover. Why is William Barr? It's within the realms of possibility, a good possibility that he is, I don't know if deluded is the right word, but he actually thinks that what he's doing is right, which doesn't say much for his past career, does it? That if he thinks circumventing, subverting, whatever, the law is actually the right thing. So again, I go back to this image of the welcome mat. Too much dirt underneath it for the mat to be used anymore. No more wiping of the feet and continuing on. This mat is needing to be cleaned. All right, so why is William Barr running cover for this president? Why is William Barr running cover before this. And look, I am getting, that the privileged. This is, the old story, because I just saw a woman, an 18th century woman there. It's, living the life of luxury. It's this whole, if you've got money, just what can you get away with? The Eight of Pentacles. Money in. He's being paid. He has a skill and he's being paid for it. Before I go any further, this is a new deck. Is that upside down? The Witch's Tarot. Now this is a deck that is new, that came in the mail yesterday, I think it is, and it again was the result of a lovely gift card from one of my viewers. And so for everyone that's sending donations, I don't expect them, but, the gifts are really well received. The Witch's Tarot. So here we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'll bring the laptop down and we'll get on with this reading. The Eight of Pentacles, it's his job. It's his job. Why is he running cover? But he is challenged by the King of Pentacles. Now, those of you who follow my readings know that the King of Pentacles is Trump. So it's his job to run cover for this president, this Republican president. He thinks he's doing the right thing. He's probably done this most of his life. If he thinks this is right, if he's convinced that this is right, this is William Barr to a T. This is the essence of this man. This is what he does, make no mistake. However, he is being challenged by Trump in order to do his job, which is what I said in the preamble to this video. Now, at the foundation of the reading is he honestly believes that the emperor is a king. He honestly believes that the president is a king. And this is where this is all going to. This is the baseline strategy. This executive authority is all encompassing. He is pushing that. Now, he is pushing that. Now, let's just stop there for a minute. The emperor, control, the king. He is pushing that for all he's worth, because it's not just about executive privilege. He's actually putting a king on a throne. Okay. Now you can see why he's having so much trouble. The Nine of Pentacles in the past position, this wealth, this luxury, if you're born into, not even if you're born to money, if you have money, it gives you a license to do certain things, or they think it does. All right, so this is where we're getting to the crux of Barr. All right. The Knight of Swords is the potential future. This is the truth coming out. Barr's nightmares, Barr's trouble is only just starting, because the momentum is building on him, and that's why I wanted to read today. The truth is coming forward. These are the soldiers, these are the knights. He's going to face increasing pressure to step down, and we're going to ask if he will step down or will he be impeached. The High Priestess, keeping secrets. So he's going to try and hide something else that is going to emerge that he's done. He's going to try and hide that around covering for Trump. Why is he covering for Trump? Trump's done something else that he is covered for, because it's going to come out here with this Knight of Swords. At the moment, that glare's pretty strong. I don't know about you, but I can almost, metaphorically speaking, feel that glare. We're getting full transparency here. The Page of Swords, because there is a spy in the camp. I feel that you might even get the DOJ, someone within the DOJ, Department of Justice, coming out and revealing something else. Okay. The hopes and the fears. This is a hope, the strength and endurance. This is your legal system. This is what I see as real parallel energy running through. As you see the system, the mat being exposed and the dirt that's under the mat running parallel is strength and endurance. So please don't lose hope. The outcome, the moon. All right, so this is the shadow side of things. This is secrets needing to come to the surface. The question is, will they? It seems like Barr is destined for a downfall here with this Ten of Swords. And I might say I'm not unhappy to see that card. I don't wish him ill will in any way, but someone like him should not be in charge of a justice department. And we've got new beginnings after that downfall. Let's have a look at what's underneath the pack. The Queen of Wands, she sees everything, and she moves with passion and motivation. There is a movement starting here, and it is coming in days. I don't know when your summer is, because I think by the time your summer comes, because we've got so many wands here, this is going back to some cover that he ran with Ukraine. We've got boundaries being put up. So I feel that by the time that wands always denote days, or even summer. I feel that by the time you get to summer, over in your hemisphere, I think Barr's going to be in real trouble. Okay, so let's have a look at. So that's right. Why he's running cover. I hate to say it, but think the worst, and you've pretty much got the person's personality. Sorry, but that's what these cards are seeming to, and my intuition is seeming to indicate. All right, let's have a look at what the lawyers across the US and other parts of the world too. It's not just in the US looking at this and going, oh dear, well, that's a polite word. It's like, All right, so let's have a look at what the lawyers. There are movements on Twitter. If you follow Lawrence Tribe, he's trying to marshal lawyers all across the states, the US states of America, to actually come together to try and push to get this man removed. I think there's a good chance that Barr will stand down. Let's have a look at what the lawyers think. Those that are dedicated to the rule of law, not the ones that put their dirt under that mat and continue on, wipe their feet on it, and off they go. Not those ones. The lawyers that are dedicated to upholding the rule of law, because they have to. The rule of law is the rule of law. Trump's not a king, okay? So what do they actually think? What do they actually think of William Barr? What do the lawyers think of William Barr? All right. Expect more pushback. Expect missiles coming from these. There could be lawsuits. There could be challenges. I don't know in what way they would sue, but this is a marshalling. I feel that there's going to be petitions, obviously. You're going to get, op-eds in. This is a communication. They're going to be letting their views be known, and they're going to come forward strongly and quickly. They are challenged by the Five of Swords, which is the abuse of power. They're not going to stand for it. They are not going to stand for this abuse of power. They are the signifier cards. Let's keep going. The Five of Pentacles. This is loss. These lawyers are feeling that they're feeling the loss of integrity and loss of integrity in the rule of law, but they are shut out from the process. They're feeling, like they don't have power in this situation, because look what we have. The Magician here in the past position, the Republicans, the dirty tricksters. But there's also another level to this card as well. I feel that Barr is on the going to be on the losing side, because I will ask if he will be impeached or resign. I'm feeling he probably will stand down. He's not going to let himself be impeached. He'll go before that happens. We've got the Hanged Man. They feel powerless to try and stop this. They're looking on. They're having to see that what's underneath that mat, and they're looking on at the consequences of that. But they do feel that they're stuck. They can't do anything. We've got a new start, so this is hopeful. I'm feeling Barr will eventually go for his part in trying to run this cover for this president. The Four of Swords at the moment, they've retreated. I'm getting the vibe that this is the Department of Justice, the lawyers within the Department of Justice. However, the environment around is healing and hope. That's the Temperance card. We have the voters here, the hopes and fears. The hope is that this president will be gone. I think, a lot of these decent lawyers, these career lawyers within the Department of Justice, are hoping that come November this president will be gone, that the Democrats, even though they may not be Democratic voters, will take a win here. And that this full transparency will come forward. And we've got the Chariot and come forward quickly, which is suggesting to me there will be that whistleblower, I feel, or the spy in the camp. I've read on this before. The Department of Justice have a resistance within their walls. The Three of Cups, this is those that run cover. And, of course, we have now William Barr coming into the frame. So this leads me to and a new start for justice. Okay, now this leads me to, I've just got something opening up here and I just want to get rid of that. I have no idea why that occurred. Hopefully this is still recording. Yes, it is. All right, so it looks like there's going to be a new start for justice, but this is also the coin, money being involved in justice as well. So let's have a look. Looks like things are going to happen pretty quickly with Barr. Looks like there's something else going to be emerging. And this is what Trump doesn't figure on. He doesn't figure on when the wrong thing is done, how quickly the truth is emerging these days. It's coming forward very, very rapidly. Let's have a look if he will be impeached. There are calls now for his impeachment. My feeling is he won't be impeached, but he will stand down when it looks like he's going to be impeached. He's going to meet, it's going to be over for Barr in some way with that Ten of Swords, I'm feeling. This is an utter downfall. I just want to give these cards a little bit of a freshen up. Again, when you're reading tarot, it's always good to use your intuition with your cards and do what needs to be done. Okay, so will William Barr be impeached? I'm not feeling he will, but we'll pull some cards anyway because, things work in ways that sometimes, it takes a while to occur. But I do feel he's going to stand down, and I don't feel that's going to be far away. So will he be impeached? Will William Barr be impeached? Will William Barr be impeached? So he's due, okay, the King of Swords, that is the lawyer card, that's the signifier card. Challenged by the Queen of Cups. He's due to appear before, I think is it the House or the Senate, is it March the 31st? See, I've been travelling, so I'm not a full bottle. But he is going to be challenged before then by another revelation. So by the time he gets there, there's more coming out. Right now, the Seven of Wands, of course, he's having to defend himself. And in the past, the Page of Wands. Why? Because he he covered up, particularly around communication, because the Page of Wands is always around communication. So I feel he stopped communication going from A to B, that sort of thing. Now we have the shadow side, which is the devil. So this is toxicity. In this deck, it is the shadow side. That's it. That's a potential future for him. But he's also chained. It's the other aspect is he's chained to this president. He's thrown his fortunes in with this president. Will he be impeached? The Two of Wands. We've got maybe 2 weeks, 2 days. I wouldn't say it's 2 days. 2 weeks, I think by 2 months. Now, I don't know where your seasons are at that point, but he's in real trouble by then. He's at the crossroads. He's actually got to make a decision now about how much further he goes with these what appear to be cover-ups, because we've got the Five of Cups. He's got loss. He's facing loss. The hopes and fears, there is hope. Hope still that this I think the hope is ours to claim, not Barr's to claim. And we've got the World, endings and beginnings. So He could be. He could be impeached. The Eight of Cups, walking away. You know, Spirit doesn't understand terms around impeached or will he resign or will he stand down. What I'm getting from this reading, the High Priest, the Congress. Okay, so what I'm getting from this reading is that one way or another, Congress may put so much pressure on him, not the Republicans, obviously, but there could be so much pressure on William Barr that he simply stands down and goes. At the base of the pack, he is disappointed about really the blame is falling on him. And again, like so many bagmen of Donald Trump's henchmen, whatever you want to call them, they always end up carrying the load. And this is high anxiety for him because he has been the mercenary here. He has gone and done someone else's bidding. He's used his skill and he's used his ability and his knowledge to run these covers. And we've got the Seven of Swords. We've got deceit. Of course we have. So what is that? How has that deceit been played out? It's deceit against your country. So one way or another he's going. It looks... He could be impeached, but I just don't feel... he could be, for example, even impeached in the House, but I don't feel the Republicans would remove him from office. I'm just not sure how, if it's the same process that a president goes through. With that Eight of Cups, I see more that he will resign. So that's what I'm just going to quickly ask before. I won't read on Stone or Flynn. I'll leave that for another day. I just want to quickly ask, will he resign? Or, will he, he could even be disbarred, for example, and it's no longer tenable for him to be the Attorney General. It could be that that Eight of Wands, with the legal fraternity coming so strongly toward him, there could be a revolution within the Department of Justice. It's going to be untenable for him to stay where he is. So let's have a look. Will he step down? Will he resign? Will Bill Barr resign? Will Bill Barr resign? Will Bill Barr be resigned? Will he be resigned? That's interesting. A bit of a Freudian slip. Resign. He might be resigned to going. He's certainly going to have to defend himself. The challenge here is his decision making. He's going to have to defend the decisions that he's made and that he is currently still making. The Five of Cups is the foundation of the reading. There is loss. Absolutely, there's loss in store for him. The World, so this is pointing to the Ukraine. We might get more around what he did to try and cover up Ukraine, but other matters too on the world stage. There's disappointment for him. These aren't good cards for Bill Barr. We've got a whistleblower coming forward in relation to Bill Barr. So watch for that. And we have because that's the immediate future position. The King of Wands, we've got the lawmakers are now becoming quite, they know they have to intervene. And the Nine of Pentacles. However, we've got Republicans in that environment that will try and protect him. He fears full transparency. And this is a yes card, so yes, he is going to resign. I don't think he will, and it's going to be quicker than what you think. And the Nine of Cups, another yes card. So it's like miracles happen. We wake up one day and he announces he's stepping down. Base of the pack, we've got the Lovers. Now that could be his own family are putting pressure on him not to stay in this job. We've got Temperance card, a healing is occurring, and we've got restriction. So, but this is also mental worry as well. So it could be that his family, his wife, I feel I'm getting a draw to his wife, may be urging him to resign. So I think that's where it's going to go before something else is going to emerge about another what appears to be a cover-up. Of course, this is only tarot cards. This is only my intuition. It's not fact-based. This is a reading for entertainment purposes only. So I feel I have to make that disclaimer. But what my intuition or intuitive impressions are telling me through these readings is that there's something else will emerge about something that he's done, and that we've got maybe a time period of maybe maybe weeks, months. It's not far away. It could be even quicker than that. That he will announce he's going, because it will be no longer possible for him to continue as the Attorney General. Now, I hope I'm right about this, because you saw that spread as to why he's running cover for this president. This is a very dangerous thing that I think that is occurring, that he's enabling this view, this person to think of himself as the king, as I'm above the law. Now, translated, I mean, that's the tarot's interpretation. Translated is he actually does believe that the president has all of that authority, and that is very significant for an Attorney General that's running a Department of Justice to believe that. So this is nothing new about Barr. This is the way that he conducts it. There's nothing noble in it either that I can see. So I'm going to hand it back over to your intuition. I hope I'm right, viewers, and you have a wonderful week coming up. All right, thank you for tuning in.